Back in 1986, Chernobyl had a nuclear disaster, and there was an explosion, and all the radiation went up into the sky, and the way the storms and rain were falling, most of it was carried into Belarus. So for the last 14 years, I've had the opportunity to work with youth and kids and adults, and it's just been the most incredible journey that I ever would have thought. Prior to that, I was in the corporate world, and all that time that I was helping run a large corporation, it was really God preparing me for ministry. And the more I look back and I see the little things that happen, I always smile because God has always gone before us.
My name is Zhanna. In 2005, I met a family with names Lon and Chandler Ellis. They came over to Belarus to visit my family because my older sister, Natasha, she came over to America one summer and she loved it. And I was too young to go, which I was so disappointed and kind of mad at her because she got to go and I didn't. So my sister came to the United States, had the most fun, came over, talked about it, and I was actually pretty excited to go the next year. And I wasn't actually sure that I was gonna go, but I was like, hey, she went, maybe I'll go next year. So we'll see how it goes. So when Lon and Chandler came over to Belarus, I didn't speak English, didn't know them really, only heard about them from my sister. They stayed at our apartment for a couple of days. We had the most fun. It was amazing. I didn't speak English, but I remember me sitting at a dining table and me and Chandler were doing math, even though we didn't speak the same language, but we know numbers, so it doesn't really matter. We played games and had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed them being there. So when the next summer came up, it was summer of 2007, I got to come to the United States, and we go to the doctors, the dentist, and just to check our health. And I actually didn't know that, but when I went to the doctor, I didn't understand what they were saying. All they did was they checked me, and I thought, hey, I'm really healthy. They didn't say anything. All I knew was that I had a heart murmur. That's what the only thing that they told me. So I thought it was pretty good. I had a great summer, and then I came to the United States 2 more times after that summer, and I kept going to the doctors. They kept telling me, oh, it's pretty good, but well, I didn't understand anything, so I thought I was pretty healthy, nothing wrong with me. So when I went back to Belarus in 2010, from the summer that I came here, I went actually to my grandmother's house because it was still summer and I had nothing else to do, so I went over to her house and stayed there with her. One day I get a call from my brother, I think, and he tells me, hey Zhanna, Lon and Chandler called and they want you to come to the United States. And I was like, wait, hold up. They probably got the wrong name. It's probably not me. Can you call them back and make sure that they really said that it wasn't me? So he called me back and he was like, yes, it's you. It's you that they picked, and we're gonna go during October. We're gonna come to the United States and we're gonna go here to school. And I knew about Raleigh Christian Academy because my older sister Natasha came here. So I was like, this is not bad. I'm gonna have other siblings at this school. I'm not gonna be alone. It's gonna be fine. The reason that it was good for me to come here to live and go to school was because I had really bad scoliosis, and the doctor said that if I don't come here and improve my health, that I would need surgery on my back. But in Belarus, we don't have really good doctors, or it would be really expensive, so my family wouldn't be able to afford that. So when I came here, I kept going to the doctors and we kept checking my back, and I ate a bunch of food because my health wasn't really very good and I needed more nutrients. And then we kept going to the doctors, and they told us that my back was fine, that I won't need a surgery, and that it's really good. And I don't know how it happened, that it would just fix itself, but it was definitely with God's help that I came here and got to fix my health, and I got to know more about Jesus Christ, because when I lived in Belarus, my family didn't go to church. We never talked about God. I never knew who He was. So when I came here the first time to the United States, when I was 7 years old, I was like, who is this God? I never heard about Him, and I need to know more about Him. So I was actually pretty excited to know that there was somebody watching over me, and that there's a bigger plan for me, and He has it in control, and that I'm not alone, and He will always be by my side. So going to a Christian school definitely is challenging with academics, but it also helps you to learn that there's always more for you, and that Jesus Christ will always be there for you, and you learn more about Him, and He will take you through your life step by step when you ask Him to, and when you ask Him to guide you, and through prayer, He will always be there for you.
When God came to us and called us, instead of backing away, or instead of saying, we don't have a financial plan for this, we did for our older kids, but this wasn't expected, we don't have time. We have friends that are saying you should be traveling, you should be doing less work, not more. We leaned in. There was a program to bring children over to the United States for 6 weeks. And for every 6 weeks they're out of the radiation adds about 2 years back to their life. The kids come and they start to learn about Jesus and how Jesus can change their life. They learn that when they live in a chaotic environment, whether it's because of their family, their government, their environment, abuse, addiction to different substances, that the one thing that they can control is them. But even more, the one thing that they can have is a relationship with Jesus. So really, I sort of tease when I meet with host families now, because they come here, we want them to eat healthy vegetables, we want them to be in the sunshine, but we Jesus them up, and that's what we talk about, what our summer looks like. And it's been the greatest adventure ever. And I look back now, and when people ask me how many children I have 6 children. We have family 1.0 and family 2.0. And when you get all our kids together, it's like they have lived their whole lives together. And it's been a great journey. So my challenge would be, when the Lord comes knocking on your door, lean in, don't run away, run to Him, know that He will be with you all the way, and it will be just full of blessings back to your life.